Good morning, world.
Good morning, world. Well, for those of you who were concerned and you were ripping your hair out, running, where did Cedric and Brian go? We are back. If you did know we were gone, shame on you, but stay tuned. We're going to tell you where we were and what's going on. Stay tuned. I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian. And this is Cedric and Brian. So like you said, Cedric, hopefully they realized that we were gone. Almost 4 weeks.
I think everyone's world was turned upside down because we didn't post a video for 3 weeks.
Yeah, at least 3 weeks. Yeah. I lost track of time, but it's because, life.
Life happens. So we'll just hop right into it. Like Brian said, it's been about 3 weeks. On June 29th, my dad gained his wings. My dad passed away at the age of 81 years old on June 29th. So I was dealing with that, and my sister and my mom and tons of family members and cousins and aunts and uncles and friends and things of that nature. So I took a little step away from Cedric and Brian for a while.
And let's honor your dad's full name.
Fred Benson.
Fred Benson.
He couldn't afford a middle name. They didn't give middle names in Mississippi.
Not have a middle name?
Didn't have a middle name.
Even though you've got a unique middle name, don't you?
Wow. Bertram. But it's Bertram.
Yes.
Good chap.
So a few days after that,
I tried to call Brian after I was dealing with my dad and stuff, my mom stuff, and I was driving back and I called Brian's cell phone. His wife answered, and the first thing she said was, "Are you too sure you weren't twins separated at birth? Because things just happen to you, like you share the same birth month and everything, and it's like it's just too weird."
That's when you get to be Cedric and my age, and we're blessed that we're here.
Yeah.
But we have, our parents are older. My mom had passed a few years ago, and then so your dad passed on the 29th.
Yep.
I get a call or a text from my sister to me and my siblings that my father on the July 5th, so the day after the 4th of July,
yes.
She goes, ambulance is here, we're rushing down to the hospital. So I get that. I'm on the phone with her during the day. She says, "Brian, you may want to come out here. Looks like he may have to go on hospice." So I'm thinking, Cedric just lost his father. I'm rushing out to Tennessee. So I get a last minute flight, my wife and I, and we go out to Tennessee.
Yeah.
And talk about timing in strange things that happen in this world, because then
on July 12th, 13 days after my dad passed away, I was blessed with my very first grandchild, my son Colin, and his beautiful daughter-in-law Riley, little Levi James Benson, LJB. I like the way that sounds, as opposed to LBJ.
Yeah.
That'd be like LeBron James, but completely inverted, LJB. And they decided to let him decide his gender. And no, I won't get into all that. He's a boy. We're not even discussing. We're not even playing that game. But
and what is little Levi gonna call you, Gramps?
I love it when he calls me Big Papa. And I should have waited. I got a shirt coming from Amazon tomorrow that says Papa on it. It says Papa because being a grandpa is for old people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
and you're gonna put a Sharpie and put big.
Yes.
Big Papa.
Big Papa. So it's
you are getting a little big there.
I know. It's a great animated Disney. I can't believe I said great and Disney in the same sentence, but The Lion King is the circle of life.
Yeah.
My dad exits this world, and 13 days later, his would have been my dad's great grandson.
Yep.
Enters the world.
And so I was pondering that for a little bit, and I thought, if Fred could have only been around a little bit longer to see his great grandson.
Yes.
Great grandson.
Yeah.
But then I was talking with my wife, and I said, you know what? I go, Levi needed Papa's soul. You know?
Yeah.
So that's the timing, the way it works out. And on some more good news, my father is doing better. So we went out there basically to say goodbye to my dad. And my sister told my dad that after we had left, and my dad says, "Well, I'm sorry I disappointed."
And I can see him saying that.
Yeah. So my sister texts to all the siblings the day after I left Tennessee, and said, I don't know if you all seen the movie Cocoon. Older people know what I'm talking about. But Dad is up walking around now. So he went from couldn't get out of bed, was in the hospital, to all of a sudden he's walking around. So I think he really is bound and determined to make it to 90 because he's 89.
Yes. And I was just emotionally spent dealing with my dad. And then I talked to Brian's wife, and she's telling me about Brian's dad. And I've known him just as long as I've known Brian. He's been like a second father. I'm like, this is just too much. It's too much.
So then Cedric thought to cheer himself up, he'd go see this Sound of Freedom. Is that what it's called?
Oh, I did, didn't I? Great movie.
I know, but
Right.
you know the subject matter. You're already in a place.
Yes. And I know you're supposed to put
And you
it up.
just had a grandchild. I mean, that's the last thing I would have.
I know, and I know they promoted that, and thanks for bringing that up. On the movie, they encourage people to put it on their social media link, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, whatever. But for those of you who are watching this, if you haven't seen that movie, here is my PSA: go see that movie. And I was telling Brian, we were in a packed theater, and sporadically throughout the theater, all you heard was,
Yeah.
and
Hunter Biden was there, huh?
They don't know who it belongs to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Jeez, you can't make that assumption.
well, Trump knew who it belonged to.
Yes. This is what the video's about.
Hunter and Joe were sharing it.
Jeez.
White line.
White House. White line.
Anyway, so we wanted to let you guys know that we're back. We life happens, and we needed a break.
Yes.
For this. It was he was dealing with his family and all the emotions of that, and then I had to hop on a plane to Tennessee and all the emotions of that, and it just all happened to happen in the same 2-3 weeks.
Yes. But if you think I'm goofy, like they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I even knew my dad. He was a prankster extraordinaire, told a lot of jokes. I did, I call it I spoke at his funeral.
Yes.
I was supposed to have 2 minutes. It took 20. And then at the end, at the repast, we're all having.
But he deserved that 20. He was
Yeah.
he was the only son. He says he's the favorite son. That's just.
I said I was the favorite son. I didn't have to qualify that I'm the only son. It's irrelevant. Jeez. But at the repast.
But not the favorite child.
Dude.
That's what you said. You weren't
I
the
know.
favorite child.
I said it. It's just me and my sister. She's the favorite child, even though I'm the first.
All
Can I
right.
finish my
This is a
story?
joke. This is a joke I wanted him to tell
Jeez.
because
So I'm at the repast. I got to set it up first, and then we're eating sandwiches and stuff at the back of the church. And I had the mic, as I like to have.
again.
And I said, does anyone want to hear my dad's favorite joke? And people were like, yeah, I want to hear his joke. My mom turned and started walking toward me, and her eyes were like just bugged. And I kind of had the hand mic, and I pulled it back like this, and I leaned in, and she goes, now remember, we're in church. Don't tell the jokes you guys normally tell. I said, no, Mom, I won't tell one of those jokes. Okay, I'm going to speed this joke up. This is my dad's all-time favorite joke. You guys are getting Fred Benson's all-time favorite joke. So a guy is speeding down the expressway, and he's going over the speed limit by 10 miles an hour. The speed limit's 70 miles an hour. He's going 80 miles an hour. Suddenly in the rearview mirror, he sees the CHP, turns his lights on. Woo! He's
For
like,
those of you not in California, CHP is
California
Highway Patrol.
Thank you.
Just a cop.
Yes. And so guy guns the accelerator, takes it up to 90. CHP is still on his tail. They're going through switchbacks and everything. Has a lot of good traction, this car does. Takes it to 95 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour. This has been going on for like 15 minutes. Finally, the guy just says, you know what? I'm going to throw in the towel. I can't shake this guy. Pulls over. As you could imagine, the CHP officer is hot. He is fuming. Comes up to the window. The guy has his hands at 10 and 2. Looks in the window and says, if you can give me a good reason why I shouldn't haul you in right now and put you under the jail for the rest of your life, I'll let you go. It better be a good reason. Guy has his hands at 10 and 2. Sighs and says, well, you see, about 10 years ago, my wife ran off with a CHP officer, and I thought it was you trying to bring her back. Let him go. Now, my dad gets old. He's told me that joke no less than 15 and 20 times, and I laugh and I crack up like it's the first time I heard it, but don't know if that was indicative of how he felt about marriage to mom, but he loved that joke. But long story short, we are back.
Of course, when he started to tell this story about being chased by a cop. I didn't know which way it was going at this.
Wow, it's predominantly white truck. And my mom was scared too. Believe me. Jeez. What I was gonna say, I'll end up is like with my dad and with Brian's dad and the birth of my grandson. If you are not vibing with someone right now, whether it be a mom or a dad or a sibling or a friend or just over something that was just stupid over a holiday weekend, you never know when's going to be the last time you're going to see that person. So make amends. Don't be that person who says, you know what, it was their fault. They got to take the first step. You may have to be the big person. If you're a fan of this channel, chances are you are the big person because we talk about that a lot. So life is too short.
Yep.
Yeah. So are we done?
Yeah. Thanks for sticking with us. The next video is going to be back to our normal program, scheduled program, whatever
Scheduled
it is.
program.
We're going to do another reaction because one of you, thank you, and I will announce that on our next video, sent us another Venmo and requested a song. We've never heard of that band, but we're going to do it anyway.
Right. All right, you guys. Thank you for all your support. We love you. Thank you for loving on us. Sometimes people actually tell us that in the comments. We don't take that for granted, especially with everything that's transpired in the last couple of weeks. So make sure I got to remember this. It's been a while. Help me out, Brian. Make sure you like, subscribe, ring that gong. Bell. That's it. Like, subscribe, ring that bell, and continue sharing our channel with everyone you know. And share the love.
Share the love.
Until next time, which will be soon, I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian. We'll see you later.